Along with legendary Dungeon Family David Wild, along with Grammy Award winning saxophone player Keri Williams. Yeah. All right, WRFG 89.3 FM. Yeah, we back. We back.
Back like we never left.
This is how we're going to get down and keep getting down right here on InI Radio on WRFG. I'm Sheriese Nicole. We got ClayWest and Sister Allie Moore.
Mr. West, Mr. Fresh is in the building.
Do what we do. This is what we do. We got what? The Foundation Focus is the name of your organization, right?
Yes, Foundation focusing on completion until successful in all that you do.
That's beautiful. That's really necessary. Focus.
Yes.
Focus.
Focus, man.
Focus.
Stop to holler at me, man.
That's one of my major challenges. Like when you be multi-talented and do a lot of things and have a lot of interests. I hear it in you as well. Finding that focus, finding that.
It's hard, but you got to do it.
You have to.
It's easier when you have incredible people around you.
That makes so much sense.
Yes.
Okay, so just as we were just talking about, I just want to announce my birthday.
Yes.
It's Capricorn season coming.
It is.
So, I just this thing called Kombucha Cafe, live music, live drinks, and live food. It's all about the health and the wellness. I've been doing health and wellness events in Atlanta for 10 years.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Yes, good thanks. So that's why I was just like bigging up, the time put in, the consistency, because I already know about that, know, and I celebrate that, and I just respect it big time.
So much.
And so we're going to have it at Gallery 992 Kombucha Cafe, but it's the Sheriese Nicole birthday edition, okay? And so we're going to have, as I just mentioned, the sister I just played, Erica James, up-and-coming, beautiful vocalist, singer-songwriter, MC. Like myself, I'm going to be performing. I'm an MC. I've been doing music for a very long time as well. Now, I've just been on this live band thing. I've been turning into a grown woman, you know what I'm saying?
Nothing wrong with that. Grown woman on.
Right, and so you definitely, my band, Maximum Sound, will be in the building. We're going to do what we love to do. I've been working with them for about 7 years, and off and on. I had a baby as well.
Okay.
And so, I kind of took a hiatus for a couple of years, but we're back together and strong. Like, we was apart for like 2 years and rehearsed twice and was performed at the Black Power Awards festival. You know what I mean? Wow. And it was great, so it's
Shout
just
you.
Right. It's the chemistry. You know what I'm saying? It's a great chemistry. So we're going to do that January 6th. Over there at Gallery 992, owned by Grammy Award winning saxophonist Keri Williams, who also will be a part of the whole production there.
You have him to come out to the show on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, there's so much collaboration that can take place. So
y'all
much.
Make sure y'all there too.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Tell us.
Yes.
Let us know.
Yes.
Make sure people know, what's going on. So I want people to know exactly, Allie, what's going on. Those just tuning in. Some people just turned on the radio just now, and they're like, "What they talking about?" So let people know exactly what we're talking about, and then we're going to go into, talking about the root of, what you're doing, the cause, that you're celebrating, and the root, the cure and prevention piece.
We are talking about our inaugural event that goes on every year, C4AC, a celebration for a cause for a cure for cancer, taking place at the illustrious City Hall next Wednesday, December the 20th, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. This event is something that we hold very near and dear to our hearts. So in an effort to raise awareness and prevention for such a serious disease, we ask that everybody who is listening or that this has touched in any way to really come out and support and spread the awareness, excuse me, for something that is definitely affecting so many people, especially those in our community, so fast and so vastly. So it's something that we definitely need to pay more attention to. and get more involved with as far as doing better for our bodies. They say you are what you eat. I think that they intentionally put these things in our food to onset these diseases, not just in the food, but also in the medication. So
y'all seen what's health?
Yeah, you just have to be more aware.
With the health,
right?
Okay, so that was my thing, because I know when you don't know, you don't know,
right?
And we have a hard time finding ways to funnel our monies and our energies into the solution outside of the Cancer Society and the Cancer Association and all of this. But on with the health, you seen what the brother, did the research on and what he found. He found that, they're collecting checks, but at the same time, they're really not promoting health. No. You can be at a Cancer Association event or gathering or benefit, and they will serve food that causes cancer. That's known to cause cancer. You know what I mean? So
and that goes back to, I think, education. So upon this journey, we actually started our partnership with the American Cancer Society. And while I do think what they're doing overall is positive and helpful, I do think that you have to educate yourself and figure out what works best for you, because diseases and sicknesses are things that sometimes run in your bloodline. They may be hereditary. There's all types of things that can kind of factor into one's health, but you have to educate yourself and figure out what's best for you, because what works for you may not work for the other person, But I think that ultimately, if we focus on prevention, then we'll be more better off. And so when we entered in our partnership, the first year we had done it, we just raised some money on behalf and we just gave it. The next year we were like, okay, we really want to impact, and we don't want to just give a check away. We want to try to figure out how, if we're being real, how we can help our own community, because African Americans, let's just be real, suffer more from this disease than any other socioeconomic background. And so it's important for us to ensure that we do what we need to do to eradicate that by taking preventative methods to ensure that, we don't even have to worry about trying to now treat it or trying to cure it, because it's a vicious cycle, And so when we partner with them that next year, it was important for us to get to the root. And so we came up with this campaign, the Focus for Life campaign, and we kind of broke it down into 4 different pillars. And those 4 core pillars are prevention, education, treatment, leading to a cure. And so educate yourself, figure out, research, do your own history on your own bloodline and what may run in your family. What foods may not work for you. I'm a pescatarian. I'm working on my way over to, veganism, if you will. And I'm not there yet, I'm gonna be honest, but, I'm working my way toward that. And, my mother, she didn't eat, she ate pretty healthy for Marla. Like, she didn't eat red meat. She didn't eat all those things that they tell you are harmful for you. And they also tell you that you're not supposed to get a colonoscopy until you're 50. Well, my mom was 48 when she got diagnosed with stage 4, which means that it had been in her for a while. So again, you have to educate yourself. You can't go based on what they're telling you online. You have to know your body. You have to know, your history. You have to do your own research. You have to check yourself out. You know what I mean? Because if something don't feel right, then it may not feel right. My mom, if I'm, not to get too graphic, but like my mom, she thought that she had hemorrhoids. They told her that she had hemorrhoids. And come to find out, those hemorrhoids were actually polyps. We know that polyps are what causes cancer. Right. That is cancer. Those polyps, if they're not removed. And, you know, all this while she's taking hemorrhoid treatment, thinking that she has hemorrhoids, and meanwhile the cancer is just festering in her system. You know, so again, we have to educate ourselves, and then we have to prevent. We have to take preventative methods. You know, staying healthy. You know, working out, drinking water, your diet. You know, not, you know, putting on your sunscreen. You know, all those different things, because it matters. It really does, because while it may not affect you, it may affect someone else. So you have to get into your own routine of doing those preventative things to ensure. And a lot of that is caused by what we put in our body.
That's it.
You know?
That's it.
And so
it's just like what I call it a prevention lifestyle.
Right.
You know, because my son, I have a son that's 18 and I have a son that's 2.
Whoa.
Go girl.
I got an 18-year-old and a 2-year-old.
You look
your
amazing. Everybody got to see you.
I need to figure out what juice you drink.
Right, 18.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all.
Golly.
It's something that comes with this. You know, for like 10 years, my son is 18 and he has not had anything over the counter like Tylenol or nothing like that since he was 4 years old. You understand what I'm saying? You know, it's a certain way that things are presented to us in grocery stores and the media and marketing that is just not honest.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? About our well-being and about what's in our interests, in our children's interests. So we have the medicines, we have the pesticides and the chemicals in the meat. It's not really the meat more than it is the way they're producing it.
Growing it.
And they're cutting corners to make money.
They are.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a really, really a disease-causing situation because the meat is even diseased a lot of times.
And a lot of it is because, to your point, we're capitalistic country. You know, in America, you know, if you go over overseas, they don't suffer from a lot of the diseases and the sicknesses that we suffer from.
Exactly.
In America.
A lot of
because
the things that are even in the food and in our toothpaste and our everyday products, they're banned. They're banned in a lot of countries.
Yes.
So you really, really have to do your homework and educate yourselves, because what they're selling us, they're going to make it, and even in the doctors, they're going to make it seem like this is what you need. This is what you want.
And what was so just blaring for me watching What the Health is that here you are, you're thinking, oh, I'm supporting this organization and we're doing this, and like you said, the same companies, you know, they're getting funded by the meat companies, by the
those industries,
you know, dairy companies,
very
you know,
aggressive.
all of that.
They're very aggressive,
and there's no checks and balances
no,
for the average.
They regulate themselves.
Yeah,
there's no law that prohibits them from doing those
lobbying
things or using or even using those products or those chemicals that are illegal. They're saying, oh, it's not FDA. The FDA didn't say anything about it, so we're good to go.
And again, if you think about it from a systematic, socioeconomic perspective, then what you'll find is that in these underserved communities, that is where you find all of the, and don't get me wrong, I love soul food. It's my favorite food outside of like Thai food, but like, you can't eat that stuff every day. You know what I mean? You can't eat fried stuff every day. You can't, but you do if you live in the hood. I mean, let's just be real.
It's not even just the fried stuff. It's everything that they put over there. The fast food, the French fries, the carbonated drinks, the oils that they use, the genetically modified.
A lot of it is carcinogenic.
Yeah, cancer causing.
Right.
Like she said, the fake sugars, the fast foods, the vaccines, all of these flu shots and all this stuff. If you watch The Human Experiment,
I watched it
on Netflix. That is a documentary about the cancer causing chemicals that's in everything. From your mattress to, you know, these Victoria's Secret sprays and you know all of it's all kind of chemical, the dishwashing liquid. One time I
was getting ready to rake and it said this rake may cause cancer.
Really?
On the rake.
Wow.
To rake your leaves.
Because there's chemicals the chemical industry is more aggressive than any industry. Right. And it's hidden. You know, they're putting their chemicals now fire retardant. Watch out for fire retardant. You have to get children's pajamas nowadays that say on the tag it's no flame retardant chemicals on it. Right. They by law, because of people fighting, they have to put that on children's pajamas when there's not any fire retardant on it, because that is cancer causing chemicals.
That's
You
why
know,
so
on
many
children.
are being diagnosed
Yeah,
with the
like
disease as well.
where are babies getting
Come on,
leukemia and all of this? This stuff don't come out of nowhere.
Got kids fighting for their lives.
You know,
4, 5,
and so it's
6
no
years old.
telling where your mother, you know, where the what chemical or what caused it, because we have a lifestyle of trusting too much. Like you have to be a biochemist
in order
to shop right.
Yes.
You know, in order to make sure that you're not buying any chemicals or any products that have chemicals that are carcinogenic.
Right.
You know, and so what you're doing, you know, is so very important. Like you said, education is the key, and educating yourself. And like you said, like what runs in our families is our family's chemistry.
Right.
That's what runs in our family. So if I'm the type of person that will get diabetes if I eat all these fake sugars for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, then my child probably the type of person that will get diabetes if they eat fake sugars for 30 years.
Right.
Somebody else could smoke 50 years and nothing happened.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But in my family, if you smoke, you're going to get emphysema.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
Sure,
what runs in our family is the chemistry and the lifestyle.
True.
And so that's the reason why, you know, people are getting these diseases, you know, from getting passed on through generations, because we're passing on the lifestyle too.
Yeah.
You know, and so we have to stop the cycle.
Absolutely.
We do. And it's a fine line you have to walk, especially in today's society, because you deal with a lot of people like, I don't eat pork or red meat or certain little things, but I'm also not the person at the table that's like, well, don't eat that because because you have to understand that everyone has their preference, and to your point,
Everybody has a process.
they process.
Right,
You know
absolutely.
what I'm saying?
And
like
you can respect the process.
Yeah.
I don't think it's something that you should try to bash down people's throats,
Right.
or even make yourself feel more elite because,
Right, because
that's
you
the
don't.
lifestyle that
Exactly.
you live. However, I do think sharing information is very important
It
and
is.
valuable too, especially if you call someone your friend
Exactly.
or your
Exactly.
family.
Yes.
It's about the approach though. So I
Yeah.
do totally
Right.
agree with that.
Yeah.
Not being so aggressive.
Yeah, and I
than
think
that fine line that you walk.
Yeah, and I think that's what we do too with C4AC, because, you know, here we are turning something negative into positive.
Absolutely.
So it's a celebration. You know, oftentimes when you go to these events that are charity driven, if you will, they can be kind of humdrum and mundane, and you know, you just kind of sitting there like, oh my gosh, what time is it?
That's
You
what
know?
I'm talking about. It
And
don't have to be boring.
It doesn't
It
have
could
to
be.
be.
It could be all about the truth and educational, and still be funky
Yep.
and fun.
Yes.
Just like what,
and colorful.
Yes,
Well, we
yes.
are.
And that's what we're doing for the community. And so people, you know, you kind of gotta get people when they're not paying attention to it.
Right.
You understand? Like it's like,
When the
oh,
guard is
you're
down.
here for the music, you're here for the fashion, but really you here for the call to action. You know what I mean? And you have to be responsible with, you know, your life. You know what I mean? And you get to a certain point where when you become woke on a certain topic, you know, you're charged with making sure that, like she said, your tribe is then woke.
And so, have you ever thought about utilizing the funds from a benefit like what you do to create your own marketing campaign for education?
Yes.
yes, we
I
were
think,
talking
you know,
about that for
yeah,
next
we
year.
shouldn't, like, you know, patronize these organizations that are really not really run by us.
Yeah,
And you
I
really don't
agree.
know
Yes,
what their
I
real,
agree.
you know, motives are
Yeah.
and intentions are with our funds, our hard work,
Yeah.
and, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. For
you
sure.
know,
we are the driving
fundraising.
economics behind
Yeah.
any of these businesses.
And I'm sorry not to cut you off,
okay.
but we talk about it's challenging because here you are, you know, you got people like Offset. He just donated like what, $500,000 or $1 million to the American Cancer Society.
Wow.
And again, I don't think that's
what we could have done with that.
I don't think
I know,
I think
right?
that's impactful. You know, it's
Right.
not to be you know, discarded because, you know, of this big organization, but it's to say if we did that same thing for our own community,
Exactly.
Where would we be?
how much further along we would be.
Because that's the problem. That's the
Yes.
problem with everything.
Right.
The funds. Not having the funds to do what we need to do for
Right.
ourselves.
But that
Right.
also goes back to what we're paying attention to. So they blindside us. They have brainwashed us well enough so that the things that we glorify have been done for years, for ages. And it's not just on TV or in commercials. It's in our music. it's in the fashion. Everything that you glorify, you're putting toward something that probably doesn't or never will benefit you for years and ages to come. So if we could all get to that point to where we unite as one and put those funds back into the community, we could definitely be a lot more progressive.
That's
and,
right.
and stick together. Like,
that's right.
Not to be racist or anything, but the white people do it, the Jewish people
That's
do it.
right.
They all stick together
That's
and
right.
they support each other.
Yes.
They send that ladder right back down
That
and
is
pull
so
them
good.
Yeah.
pull each other up.
And they could even not be talking to each other.
Absolutely.
But it's the goal at hand that they keep in mind.
It's a whole.
We have to educate our people to be more selfless and to be more together. Like, togetherness is everything, and that is the backdrop of why we created Celebration for a Cause. Because when I was going through what I was going through, my outlet was what I love to do, and what I love to do is music, and I was modeling and coordinating fashion shows and stuff like that, and I'm just like, this is a positive, uplifting,
Absolutely.
rich thing that the community needs, and I want to keep it going. I don't want it to just be this year. I want to go next year. So we went next year, and then we went the next year, and then just giving y'all my personal story, I don't even work for Polo in-house anymore. I was his marketing director for 5 years, but that's my family. So, I came to them and I said, I started this, y'all helped me take this to the next level, and I want to continue to do this with you all. Will you all have my back? And they have had my back, over these past years. So even with me not even being employed by these people, they're allowing us to continue to keep the legacy going. And so it's important that we continue to come together. It's important that we love on each other. It's important that we just be kind to one another as well, because I think all of that plays a bigger picture into just being humanistic. You know what I mean? And love is love, and I think that is what has gotten us to where we are today, is because she saw something I was going through, and we both are in the arts and both creative, but it started with love.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And the more we can get back to that, I think the better we will be as a people.
That's
And
right.
with everything that's going on right now in the world, if you want to just talk about it, especially in our country, we need stuff like this. The cause may be cancer, but at the end of the day, the cause is just humanity.
That's right.
Because as many times as we can come together in one room and it be a positive, uplifting, not hating each other, backbiting, jealousy type thing, the better. Because we are competitive by nature, but what are we really competing for?
Right. And who are we competing against? When I compete against my sister or my brother, I'm competing against myself.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so when we get caught up into that, it's really just a waste of time and energy.
Yep.
And so, like you said, when we're able to reach across these differing factors of who we are, like this tribe is over here, this clique is over there, we do this, we wear our stuff like this, or we're natural or whatever. Reach across these lines and say, you know what I'm saying, what are we the same? How are we the same? What's similar about us?
Right.
How is our objectives the same?
Yep.
How can we help each
other?
What are things that you're doing or things that I'm doing that we can trade off to make something better?
Yes.
Or to improve?
And that's the other backdrop of the show, is that, it's a fashion show, it's a concert, but it's an opportunity for us to come together and exchange and network, and all these different people who have these crazy ideas are able to exchange them in a way in which they probably would have never exchanged them.
Right.
If you think about the fashion industry,
Or even cross paths at all.
if you think about just how the industry is, it's for self. It's like, I'm going to this person's show, I'm going to that person's show, and it's for that person. You may have your celebrities or your people that's there, but it's for that particular designer.
Right.
So it was important for us with C4AC to include a plethora of designers.
Right.
You know what I mean? Tracy Reese, shout out to her. She is never allowed anyone else to showcase her pieces but her own label. But she was kind enough, on our fifth annual, to send pieces for the cause, because she understood what we were trying to do. And she's a sister, one of the only few who's recognized in fashion, from Detroit, by the way. You know what I mean? And she saw the vision of what we were doing, and she sent the pieces, and her team was very helpful and instrumental. And that's a big deal, because that's a federated, designer, who's recognized, at the CFDA and all these other different platforms of high fashion. And here she is allowing little old C4AC in Atlanta to showcase her stuff. You know what I mean? We've had Laquan Smith. You know, we've had Kevin Hall. You know, we've had Samantha Black. You know, Sammy B. You know, all these different designers. You know, and even local people. You know, to come together, and it's amazing because a lot of the pressure is off too, because you get there and you're like, oh well, this isn't just about me.
Right.
This is about the cause, and it's other people that look like me who are here, and we're all in this together. So it allows them to be comfortable as well too, and not feel like, oh my gosh, everyone is looking at me. It's all about me, and you know, that extra pressure that sometimes come with that.
And everybody's in it, so when you get in there and the energy is high and vibrant, it's kind of really hard to go against it.
Makeup, stylists,
wardrobe,
the coordinators,
the volunteers,
the models.
From the top to the bottom, we can't do it without all of the help.
And everyone is selfless too. Like
they are,
selfless.
They really are.
You know, we want to grow C4AC to a place where we have a budget. And we can pay, you know, our people and look out for them and take care of them. But for now, everyone is just doing this out of the kindness of their heart. Like, shout out to the city of Atlanta who donated the space to us.
City Hall, that's big. I mean?
You know? So let people know exactly what's going on, where it's going to be, what time, since you brought up where it's going to be.
Right. So C4AC is going down on this Wednesday,
December the 20th,
from 6 to 8.
Down at City Hall, right in the atrium.
We're going to have a cocktail reception from 6 to 8.
Yes.
Sponsored by
Duce, none other than Duce.
And from showtime is going to be at 8. It's hosted by Atlanta's own
Miss Keri Hilson.
Yes, Grammy nominated actress, Eastside Rada.
Yes.
And shout out to Keri, who has just been so gracious and amazing since day one. You know, Keri is actually the reason why I was attracted to Zone 4. Because as a songwriter, you know, in college, I was like, wow, she's beautiful. She has a songwriting team, and it inspired me. And that's actually how I got with Bangladesh, because, you know, I formed my writing team. And I was like, okay, we're going to be like the clutch, you know what I mean? We're going to go in and going to get these placements, you know what I mean? And, you know, God has a way of redirecting your path sometimes. And so I just give thanks for Allie, and I give thanks for, you know, Bang, and
shout out to my boo.
Shout out to Orlando, who Orlando couldn't be here. He's our he's our other show coordinator. And, you know, Orlando just came in, and his experience was with the models, and really just, you know, preparing them for the runway, and, you know, the little girls that we had at the show in the beginning, you know, opening up, and just an intricate, you know, part of what we're doing is focused around the people who serve us and who are selfless and take time out of their days and their busy schedules, because everyone has a job. You know, most people have situations have grown since then. You know, she didn't have a child when we met.
No, I didn't have any kids.
And now you have how many?
5. Well, I had the 2.
Yeah.
The older 2, but I didn't birth them. But they're still my babies.
Yes, and she had 3 of her own. You know what I mean? And so it's just amazing to see how life over the past 10 years has changed for so many people.
And grown us.
And grown. You know. So we're just thankful. We're thankful for opportunities like this to sit before you, because ultimately we just want to get the word out. You know, we want to get the word out. So anyone that's allowing us that platform to get the word out, you know,
that's what it's
we're
about.
Appreciative, because it is a grassroots movement, and you know, we're inspired by Stand Up to Cancer. We're inspired by Black Girls Rock. We're inspired by all of these big televised events that you see. That, you know, we're like, they started somewhere. You know, it was an idea at one point. Someone had a concept, and I may not have the budget that Viacom has right now to produce an event, but I'm gonna pull my friends together, and we're gonna do the best that we can,
we do it every day.
and shine, and hopefully someone will see that and one day say, hey, okay, we want to give y'all some money so you can do it on another level, you know. And until that happens, we're going to continue to press through and continue to do what we're doing for our community, because it's helping. You know, when we send out this alert, we let people know that it's the 10th annual. So many people respond like, wow, that's amazing. Y'all like keep going.
That's
like
a whole decade.
That's a whole decade. You know, we're so thankful that y'all are doing that, because you never know who's watching. You never know who's paying attention. And it's just a blessing to be a blessing, you know. So we thank y'all so much for giving us the opportunity to come here and talk about it and just shed light and get to the root of it too.
Yes, I've enjoyed you. You know, it's great meeting you. I look forward to it.
Well.
Yes, I look forward to it myself. And let people know any contact information.
Yeah, so definitely you can follow myself on Instagram. I am at Mr. West, Mr. Fresh. That's Mr. West, Mr. Fresh, Mr. West, WESTMR Fresh, FRESH.
Mr. West, Mr. Fresh.
I went to school. I know how to spell. Okay.
You can also follow me at Miss Ali MRSALI on Instagram, and of course Alicia Moore Atlanta, and on Facebook. This was on Facebook and Instagram Live. We definitely would like to say thank you one more time. We really, really appreciate you guys for having us on. And I just want to say, more importantly, thank you to Clay, because this was his vision, and for he's always been a really, really close friend of mine, and just near and dear to my heart.
Thank you.
It's something that I've always just admired about him, and as long as he can continue to inspire me, and we can work together, this is gonna be forever.
Yes.
Forever. Same.
All right, you heard
Ditto.
it right here on InI Radio on WRFG. I'm Sheriese Nicole. We're here every Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. This is what we do. We highlight the best of the best in the community doing the greatest work, and we thank you for coming through again.
One more shout out.
Okay.
We want to encourage another part that we're trying to increase the visibility on is the entrepreneurial piece. So the cocktail hour from 6 to 8 is going to be dedicated to the Power 100. And so we're encouraging our entrepreneurs out here who have their own business, who have their own smoothie bar, who have their own food restaurant, who have their own clothing line, who are entrepreneurs, who are trailblazers.
Especially entrepreneurs that's into prevention.
Yes.
We want you to fill up that cocktail reception from 6 to 8 p.m. because it's going to be an incredible.
Use us for that, because that's your opportunity to network in what you do, and use that time to really get people involved.
Yeah, because
see what else is going on.
It's fun. It's a fashion show. It's a concert. It's all of that. But we also want people to get to the root of what they're there for, which is to exchange and have a positive exchange and meet someone, your fellow brother or fellow sister who's doing something in the community that can help you, and you can potentially help them. And so that's what this whole circle is for. And so we just encourage you to come out from 6 to 8, get there early. Don't wait to just 8 because that's the show time. Definitely try to come from 6 to 8 and be a part of that whole exchange. And then we're going to rock out from about 8 to 11 at the City Hall. And again, thank y'all so much. Follow myself. Follow Allie.
Is there a phone number?
There is a phone number.
It's 404-493-6186. Again, that number is 404-493-6186 for all information pertaining to the show.
And one last thing. If you are a model and you are listening and you would like to model in the show, because we put on the models as well, we are having a casting tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. at Kiss Work Studios.
And that's 650.
Better to just give the phone number.
Yep, that's the phone number. One more time, 404-493-6186 to get any information regarding the casting tonight and the show next Wednesday.
All right. You heard
Thank y'all so
here.
much. Y'all are amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Facebook.
Always
Thank you,
welcome.
Instagram.
We're coming back.
Yes. You are listening to WRFG Atlanta. And follow the I at Sheriese, SHERIESE. Get your phones out. Come on. SHERIESE_Nicole. All right. Until next time. Peace. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble. Let me see why they got there.
That was awesome.